What is going on YouTube? This is Owen Dowell here. Today I wanted to make a video on a watch actually. You wouldn't really know that this is a watch looking at this box. This actually looks a lot like one of those cheap tactical knives you can buy at Smoky Mountain Knife Works in that big bin they have that's like $5 a knife. This packaging is not the most fitting of packaging for this particular watch because this looks very aggressive and very tactical. Whereas the watch itself is designed to be kind of understated. It is blacked out, but it's very kind of minimalist and it's not trying to stand out in any way. In fact, if anything, this is kind of a cool Easter egg of a watch. So this is the box, and this watch is actually, it's a very cheap watch. It's a very cheaply made watch. I mean, the build quality itself feels really solid, but the movement is one of the cheapest movements I've ever seen. But before I go ahead and get into that stuff, let's go ahead and let's unbox it. I did go ahead and size it for myself. This is a chain link. You can buy this in different band styles. You can buy it in a leather band. You can buy it in a silicone band, I think. And I think there's another one. And then there's the chain link, which is one that I bought. I'm actually kind of wishing I didn't buy the chain link because I would have rather had something like leather so I could have just started wearing it right away. But oh well. I just got kind of lazy with sizing it, but I finally did it. So here's the box. You can see it's branded Tomorrow. There's that same emblem right there. It's got an eagle with a crown on it. Tomorrow, and you can see it is a wristwatch. So it does at least tell you it's a wristwatch. Nothing particularly exciting about this box. If we go ahead and open it, revealed to us inside is the watch itself, along with some paperwork here. I don't know what any of this is. Probably just... I mean, I'm not entirely sure who makes this watch because here it's branded Break, and on the actual watch itself it's branded Break. So I don't know. I guess it's a Break branded. I'm not entirely sure. Oops, as I bump the tripod. So here it is. All right. I'd had to take 4 links off of this to get it to fit my wrist. So I'm going to scoot this off to the side. And here's the watch. Let me go ahead and wipe it off. One of the, in fact, the reason why I wanted to buy this watch is because it's very unique in that it looks like a camera. As you can see, you've got the aperture blades along the outside, and then I'm not entirely sure what's trying to go on in the middle. I don't know if that's trying to simulate a lens. I guess it is, but definitely the aperture blades is kind of what's really cool. And it's very understated. Not a lot of people notice it. I tend to have to point it out to people. Hey, look at my watch. It looks like a camera. And they're like, oh my gosh, it totally does. That's so cool. You know what I mean? So there it is. It's not a very exciting watch. It's just got the hour, minute, and second functions. That's it. It doesn't even have a date window. Although I think they missed a trick. They really should have put a date window on the side of the watch. Just like how a lot of lenses have their focal length and a little window on the side of their body, you can, as you zoom in and out, it changes. A little number shows up on the side through a window that tells you the lens's focal length. It can tell you like how precisely the lens is focused and everything. I think it would have been really clever if they had mounted a small date window on the side. It'd been really inconvenient to read, but it would have just made me happy because it really would have looked aesthetically pleasing, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I think they missed a trick on that, but that really is as exciting as this watch gets. I don't really want to demonstrate it now, but one of the things that makes this watch, the movement so cheap, this movement is really no more special than a movement you could get in like a Walmart watch for $10, you know what I mean? And one of the things that gives that away to me is that when you pull the crown out, which I'm not going to do because it's set correctly, the minute hand floats. It floats really badly. It kind of moves around on its own as you set the time. Or even if you're not setting the time, you just kind of turn the watch around. The minute hand just kind of moves back and forth, which is not exactly an assuring feature of quality. So obviously that is not, it just kind of goes to show you that this watch is mostly a watch that you would buy for looks. And that is exactly why I did it. I normally like to wear a slightly more upscaled watch, if you would. Like, for instance, my Fossil I spent a little bit of money on. That Fossil is actually about to die. I've had that thing for just over 2.5 years. And I think the battery in it is finally starting to die. But on top of that, that watch feels like it's rusting out on the inside. So I don't know if I'm actually going to bother replacing the battery in it. I think I'm just going to kind of keep it around as a nice looking collection watch at this point. But that is besides the point. This watch is, again, just a watch that you would buy mostly for the looks. Let me go ahead and put it on my wrist, being as that this is a 5-minute video and I haven't done that yet. So the clasp mechanism is a button on the side. You can see it's got the Break logo right there. Pinch it, and then it releases this little nub right here. Put this on, and it's just a simple matter. Oh, I'm putting it upside down. It's just a simple matter of clasping it back shut, and there it is on the wrist, as you can see. And yeah, I'm actually going to take this back off the wrist because I want to show you the bezel, because the bezel I think is kind of interesting. I like how it goes about telling you some of the specs of the watch in the similar way that that a lens would. For instance, you can see up here we've got a 00, which means 12. We've also got the 10 and 2 positions labeled, and then if you look on the bottom here, there's the 6, which is upside down for some reason. You can see it's trying to look like it's a lens right there. One of the things I think is really cool, though, is that it does have the diameter of the watch face written in the same way that a lens would specify its diameter. So if you were to buy a filter for this watch, you need to make sure that it is a size 42 filter, and it would fit right over the watch face, which is pretty cool. So 10, yeah. All in all, I think this watch is a very, very aesthetically pleasing watch. One of the disappointing things about this watch, however, the hands do not glow in the dark at all. They make no attempt to. They are, in fact, they just don't. So you can't really use this watch very well at night, which is kind of a bummer. It'd be kind of cool if you could, but you know, oh well. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Just wanted to show you guys this watch, and because somebody actually asked if I would on Instagram, and I figured I might as well. So guys, I do believe that's going to do it for this video. Thank you so very much for watching. No pun intended. And adios.